Welcome back. Now it's a Monday, and this is where we give the opportunity to small business owners, SME owners, to share their stories on our SME segment. Now, at the beginning of the year is a time when people are trying to figure out what they're going to be doing for the rest of the year. And one of those things might even be investing, might be changing careers, and connecting with their stories might help you make that decision. With us today on the SME segment, we have Mr. Abimbola Adefolalu. Now, he is an astute professional with decades of work experience in real estate and security. And he's here to talk about some of the opportunities in that sector. It's great to have you in the building.
It is a pleasure to be here.
All right, so now when I come across you in the studio, I don't really immediately connect with you as someone into real estate. I think maybe that's just judging a book by its cover. But maybe it could be because there's an interesting story behind how you got into this industry in the first place. Would you like to share with us?
You're absolutely correct, yes. I grew up in the home of my father. He is a contractor. My mother also a business owner. So early 90s, I've been involved in going to site, using some tools.
Okay.
Even before going to our institution. So I have passion for building, for doing things. Okay. I remember some times ago, I was able to work with professionals from outside the country.
Okay.
As early as mid-90s. So since then, I've been in my head, I want to do something different.
Okay.
I want to be a professional to the core, and I want to do it in a way that I will drive customer satisfaction, and also I will be good. So these are the things that I've been doing. So while I was in the school, while I started my career, I have been building solutions in order for me to be able to impact, especially in the country, a socio-cultural problem and security of investments or the gaps or the laps we have in real estate and construction.
So now real estate, construction, and providing solutions, these are the key areas I hear you highlighting now. Now the real estate industry or sector, it feels really choked up right now. We're having adverts everywhere, billboards everywhere, people giving cold phone calls, calling people asking if they need real estate or they're ready to buy. But talk to us about how your business is a little bit different.
Thank you. It's novel, actually. 2017-18, Piscina Bay, let me tell you, is a construction organization. We have top professionals, our friends and former colleagues that we came together to establish Piscina Bay. So part of what we do is we provide advice, management for organization, both in construction organization, F&B, FMCG, and real estate.
Okay.
And we had the opportunity of bringing in on board an investors. We have hundreds of millions. We went to get a large property. We did our due diligence.
Where was this property? The first one you?
Lekki.
Okay, all right.
We put in the hundreds of millions naira there. After verifying the family credentials, the CFO, we were about to start constructing or putting in place some infrastructures. And we got to see police from Abuja everywhere.
Wow.
And we couldn't go on. And we were surprised. So the family that we bought the land from also came with their own police, and it was like a war.
Wow.
As I'm talking to you, we are still in court 3 years after.
Wow.
So I started thinking, and I also invited some professionals and said, this is a corporate entity. What about individuals that we hear the story, they fall into this? And then we started working on House and Land Nigeria.
Okay.
What do? We want to provide solutions, security to your investment, to your property.
Okay.
We got to know that the security for your investment, it starts from you buying at the right price. But we have seen unprofessional acts that is prevalent in the real estate industry. For example, a marketer or an agent or realtor comes to you and says, oh, that your property is 100 million naira. I'm going to help you to sell 120 million naira, but you will increase my commission.
Okay.
For a naive buyer, sometimes they get to sell. But what happened to estate surveying and valuation. So I have bought it 120 million naira. I can't even sell 110 million naira. Then there's no security for that investment. Okay. Another thing is the legitimacy of the property.
The true ownership, the true state of the property, is the sandy soil, is it a
condition of the land, exactly. All that. But exactly. It goes beyond that. 3 months ago, we had a very unique experience. And thank God that we are consulting with some of the veterans in the industry, the former commissioner of lands in Oyo. And we're about to close the deal. But we found out that the same property that the developer built on, there is a financial problem in it. That is, the COO has a mortgage that has not been paid.
Okay.
So the owner, the buyer wouldn't know that.
Of course.
He will have purchased, pay hundreds of millions naira, and then
fallen into problems. So now, what I hear you saying is, in terms of providing a solution, you are trying to fill a gap, fill a need, because of the, should I use the term naivety, or should I say ignorance of the average Nigerian who has been told, okay, yes, you finish your university, you get married, you have your children, you buy your land. And that is how life is supposed to be, supposed to go on. Now, they've maybe been successful in their career and want to invest, and they feel this is the next move for them. What is the advice you give them? When they come to your office, what is the first set of questions you ask them?
Thank you. So we'll tell them, what is your budget? Because it all starts from there. Okay. Then after knowing the budget, we'll tell them, what are your preferences? Okay. The location, the type, the archetypes or prototype of the building you're looking at. We also advise you. Now, the next thing is we'll tell you we are going to have, so we have a web app, for example. Okay. House on Land Nigeria.
Oh, you have an app? That's interesting. Very interesting.
And this app is also unique and novel. You cannot have access to it except from our office. Okay. Also, if you want to also enlist and you're a legitimate realtor, you also need to provide all the documents of the houses or the properties you're selling. We will verify. We'll look at the financial history of the property. We'll look at the COOs, whatever it is.
Can I hold you there a second? Okay. Because now most real estate practitioners, business owners, make their money once land has been bought or sold, right? So now with your application and your consulting, how does your business make money?
Thank you. It is a risk, actually. Okay. And the last time I was discussing with a partner, and we said, this is going to be a long journey. But it's better we do it right. So we don't make money, we spend money initially. For example, I'm acquiring your property. I'm going to the lands. I'm going to the financial institution to confirm that that property is good to be listed on my app.
So that's logistics.
That's logistics. Second, I'm also going to have a valuer, whether within the organization, outside, to value and negotiate.
And that person has to be paid.
Has to be paid. Yeah. But we only make money when the sales is closed. So what about tens or hundreds of properties that we are not opportune to close the sales? Okay. But we have decided to go this route. Okay. Because at the end of the day, our target are those that are victims. Okay. Those in diaspora. Okay. Those mid-income earners, someone that have saved up, and at the end of the day, is 100 million disappear. Because when we have those as our partner, then in the long run, we are going to break even. It might be a journey, but that is what we have decided to do.
So what I'm hearing you say now is for those who have maybe wanted to skip the process of doing those proper due diligence checks, those are likely the people who fall into issues when investing in real estate. But for people like yourself who have provided solutions, you're in safer hands. Even though it might cost you just a little bit extra, you're in safer hands with a company like his when it comes to filling that gap. I have to say thank you for coming to share your story with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for what you do, because it's definitely a lot of work.
It is.
And in a climate like this, you have to have a lot of internal strength and of course, a great set of staff working with you to make sure that your work continues.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, at this point, I think we should thank him properly and take him to the kitchen, because we have something interesting going on there with Chef Walia and Winfrey. I think we have another guest in the kitchen as well, yes?